Good afternoon, everyone. The Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Maharashtra State Branch, Students Forum, one of the chief segments of the Indian Pharmaceutical Association, has been the go-to platform for pharmacy students in the state of Maharashtra for decades. Under the auspices of the student-run organization, various budding pharmacists have united to harmonize their energies for exploring the boundless avenues of the pharmaceutical sphere. All the diverse facets of the pharmaceutical arena, be it academia, industry, community and hospital pharmacy, management, and public health, is emphasized by the conglomerate. Owing to the perpetual support and reinforcement from its associated colleges, the Indian pharmaceutical industry and the Indian Pharmaceutical Association continually prevails against all odds in standing victorious to aggrandize the pharmacy profession.
Today, we feel overwhelmed to welcome Dr. V.S. Velingkar. He has done his Pharm and Ph.D. in technology and has over 40 years of professional experience. His area of expertise is medicinal and analytical chemistry. He has worked as a professor and principal at K.M. Kundanani College of Pharmacy, Mumbai. He has also been a professor and HOD at NMIMS, Mumbai, professor and technical director at H.K. College of Pharmacy, Oshiwara. He has guided and awarded PG doctorate degrees to more than 50 Pharm and PhD students. He has more than 75 paper publications and 12 review articles in national and international journals of repute. He has done more than 100 presentations. He is twice the winner of IDMA, the best research publication, and also once the winner of IGPER for best review article. He has also received grants from various government agencies as well as industries. Some of them are AICTE, UGC, DB, Mumbai University, and etc. He is an ex-Goa and Shivaji University member. He has also been an external examiner for theory as well as practicals of B.Pharm and M.Pharm students, and as a thesis evaluator of PhD and research paper evaluator at national and international level. He has worked as a gate paper setter and evaluator at IIT Mumbai. He is nominated member of AICTE, NBA, PCI, DTE, university teams for inspection and accreditation of various pharmaceutical institutions in the country. Currently, he is working as a consultant of education and research. We are pleased to have you, sir. Sir, the first question for today is that we would like to know about your education journey as a kid and how did your parents influence your journey?
Yeah, that is the question. I'm a Goan. Okay, I'm a Goan, born and brought up in Goa. My primary education, my secondary education, and even the college education up to post-graduation is from Goa. Now, primary education I did in a village. My place is a Veling. That's why Velingkar is the name. So, that was the primary education. There was one, I have got here, the one Saraswati Vidyalaya. It is still there, where I did my primary education. The system was slightly different, not what we see today. Okay, that was further than I proceeded, secondary education. There was another, I should mention, Shiksha Sadan, that was the school where I did my SSC. I never lost any year. Might be the marks here and there, percentage, but never lost a year. That's the thing. Then came to the college. I got an entry for B.Pharm in Goa College of Pharmacy. Again, let us be very frank. All of us, whenever I ask them, your entry in B.Pharm course is by chance or by choice? Hardly people say by choice. Most of the time it is by chance, because you will agree to me that people look for medicine. Anybody. Same was the case with me. I lost the chance. I couldn't get it, but I entered in pharmacy. Say, that time it was nobody, pharmacy was not really a popular course or a program rather. Pharma, they used to say farming, F-A-R. And it is not a joke. I'm not exaggerating, but actually my uncle asked me, you have entered in farming? I said, no, I entered for B Pharmacy course. So what it is? So when I looked into the syllabus, somehow I had a liking for chemistry. How it is, now people say chemistry is difficult, it is tough. There are so many tips I can give that you can make it easy. Something which is hard, you have to soften it. If you just go on swallowing, it will give you the indigestion. So you have to chew it. So soften that. Same way you can, on the subject we can talk some other time. But what I am telling you is I got an entry in B.Pharm. I saw major subject there is chemistry. I said this is the course I should. I got in dentistry. But I left that and then I came to pharmacy. Okay. B.Pharm and M.Pharm I did in Goa College of Pharmacy. That time it was affiliated to what was called as Bombay University. Now it is University of Mumbai or Mumbai University. So that was Bombay University. Goa College of Pharmacy was affiliated because Goa was not a state, Goa was a union territory and there was no Goa University. Now there is Goa University and Goa College is affiliated to the Goa University. But previously it was affiliated to Bombay University. I think from 85, if I am not wrong, 85, 86, Goa University came into picture. Now, this is how my tour was. I would say my parents, there is certainly an influence of my parents. My father he was a government servant working in PWD, retired as a section officer. But he is, or rather he is no more now, he was a freedom fighter in the Goa liberation. Yeah. He has got that Home Department certificate and he was in jail, especially when Goa liberation time, there were movements. So, he used to tell us, all our children, see, anything can be taken away from you throughout the life, anything, but certainly not education. That will remain with you forever, till your last breath. I remember him now when I look back, he used to tell me that you have got the potential and you have to take the maximum education. And that is how I was influenced by my father as well as my mother. My mother was a housewife, no doubt at the time. But my father used to repeatedly tell me, you have got the potential and you have to go ahead and you get your education maximum, whatever best you can take. So my B.Pharm and M.Pharm I did in Goa. I came to Mumbai somewhere in 1980. Within 7 days, I was picked up in Sipla. Don't ask me how, I don't know how. But I went for a formal interview and they said you can join as a company trainee. And then the journey started. After about 6 months, I was selected in Nicholas Piramal. That time it was not Piramal, just Nicholas India Limited. Yeah. I must have worked there for about 1 year or so, yes. Then I came out. I said I did my M.Pharm, I must go for Ph.D. Somehow my inner voice was telling me that no, in the industry what you will get the jumps and all, you will get the promotions, but then you have to go for the highest qualification. So I left the job. I came to KM Kundanani. Somebody introduced me. The principal was Dr. J.K. Lala that time. I told him, sir, I'm coming to you because I want to join PhD. If you have got any vacancy, yeah, you can consider me. Fortunately for me, there was a chemistry vacancy in chemistry department. That is how I was a little fortunate. And parallel, I was doing my teaching job and my research work. And that is how I completed my PhD here in KM Kundanani. So, I'm thankful to my parents, no doubt, who were very confident about me. That yeah, you have to go ahead and get maximum education. Even my message to all the youngsters now, that try to get the maximum education. That will be rewarded sooner or later. It will be rewarded. Okay, this is what I wanted to tell.
So that's truly inspirational. Like, despite all the odds and risks that you took, and you have reached an amazing level, that's just remarkable. Like, we all dream of having a career like you.
Yeah. Because see, what is required, there is no shortcut. If somebody is telling you, believe it, there is nothing like shortcut. You have to put your hard efforts. I remember when we were, I was in the laboratory and we were giving that inorganic mixtures. I don't know, is there in your syllabus? 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 2 salts. If it is a yellow color, your lab assistant or somebody will tell you, yeah, this contains this is the radical, it must be good. I used to tell him, just come here. If by looking at the color, there is a shortcut. If I can tell you which is the radical, maybe a cation or an anion, then what for the scheme is there? Then that scheme, what you said, the chart, is of no use. I can just look at, it is orange, means it should be having dichromate. And if it is yellow, that means it should be having the chromate. No. So, there is nothing like shortcut. You have to go through the scheme, that scheme very properly, understand it and do it. Practice makes the person perfect. You have to practice it. Okay? Yeah, we can go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
So the next question would be, who was your mentor or idol growing up?
Yeah, I saw that idol or mentor. Again, let me be very frank with you. I don't have one single person as a mentor. To be very frank, in my life. I am a strong devotee of Lord Ganesha. That is my family deity. So my first mentor, always I say, is Lord Ganesha. For the simple reason, in the life throughout, whenever I find some difficulty, he comes out with some solution for me. That's why I'm stating it here. So that's the first one. Again, the mentor for me, they are my parents, who have influenced me, especially both my mother and father. My mother was, of course, not very highly educated. Father was educated, fine. But both of them, they were telling me, you have got the capacity, you have got the potential among all the children, you have to move further. That's the second. Now, I said this is a tour of almost 40 years. I have come across number of people in the profession. And as a professional person, when I look back, I will say all my gurus, all my teachers, from whom I have taken something, some good qualities from them. All my teachers. I can't, there will be a big list, so I can't name them. But still, to name a few, there are some veterans in the pharmaceutical education. Ex-principal, late Dr. H.P. Tipnis of Bombay College of Pharmacy, whom I was quite close. And many of his qualities I was observing. My own principal of ex-principal of K.M. Kundarani College of Pharmacy, Dr. J.K. Lala. I have learned a lot from him. Both of them, unfortunately, they are not there today. But both these institutions, BCP and KMK, were parallel competitors. But we said, let there be a healthy competition. Yeah. Third person I remember is Professor Dr. S.G. Deshpande, who was an ex-principal of C.U. Shah College of Pharmacy, SNDT University. A thorough gentleman, very sober. Pharmaceutics is the field. Even Dr. Lala, pharmaceutics is the field. These are some of, I would say, they are the dictionaries in the subject. Professor Balla sir, who was heading the Department of Pharmaceutics in Bombay College of Pharmacy. Now he is aged. Okay. So these are some of the people. Professor V.M. Kulkarni, we were calling him Indian Hash of India. You know, Hash analysis, QSAR studies. He was the person who brought it in, brought it here. Quite close to me. Many things I learned from him. So these are some of the veterans, I would say, who influenced me, and I have picked up the qualities, really, which are good qualities from them. I made an attempt. Okay. So, anything you want?
So it's great to know about the various mentors you've had in your life, and I'm definitely sure that you might be or will be a mentor and idol for us in the field as well.
Okay. Can you just repeat?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I was just thanking you for telling us about the various mentors that you've had in your life, and I'm definitely sure that you will be a mentor for us as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
So the next question is that do you want to add anything that where you completed your master's, bachelor's, master's, and your PhD, and like how you developed, like you said that after doing your master's, you wanted to do your PhD, you wanted to pursue that. Any specific reasons for it, or you want to add more to the thing that you earlier said?
See, you mean to say I completed my bachelor's, as I told you, in Goa College of Pharmacy. I entered a post-graduation program, again in Goa College of Pharmacy. Syllabi, even I was a vice member of Bombay University, Mumbai University. For 3 years, I was in Research Recognition Council, Vice Chancellor nominated for about 5 years. So that time we have changed, many changes we have done in the syllabus. When I was a student, maybe undergraduate, that time, see, subject matter remains the same. You can't change medicinal chemistry, you can't change pharmaceutics, or you can't change analytical chemistry. The matter, the contents remain the same, but somehow the compilation and rearrangement we have done. And again it was revised. B.Pharm I did, then I said, yeah, I told you I had some liking for chemistry. Somehow it has developed. Yeah, I know. Today also the people prefer pharmaceutics, formulation development. They prefer. They say chemistry is very difficult. Chemistry is tough. If you sit with me for 15-20 minutes, I can prove that chemistry is not tough. Alright? It all depends what is your mindset. So I entered, and that time it was pharmaceutical and analytical chemistry. That was a subject. When I was doing my B.Pharm, 100 marks synthetic, 100 marks analytical. There was a 200 marks practical. And even the paper, there were 2 papers, 200 marks. Then I said, as I told you, I was working with Cipla, then I switched on to Nicholas India Limited that time. Somewhere in my back of mind I said, yeah, why can't I go for Ph.D? Why? So I was trying to question myself and assess myself, that is required. Then my inner voice said, yeah, you leave everything and then you move for PhD. But in Mumbai, if you want to exist, you require financial background. Let us accept the fact. So that's the reason when I met the ex-principal of KM Kundanani, I told him, yeah, I am interested. Before that, I came to Bombay College. I had a dialogue with Dr. Tipnis, and he said, fine, we will consider you, but you will have to wait. Because I think there was no vacancy, something. Just wait for a few months. I told him, okay, sir. I came out, and then I approached, because I was searching. And fortunately for me, Dr. Lala said, fine, you can join any day. I have got a vacancy here, and we'll register you. You do all the formalities, whatever interviews, whatever it is, after doing that. And this is my resume. So wherever I got the first opportunity, I joined. So that's why I went to KM Kundanani College. Okay? And completed my PhD. If you ask me, are you repenting because you left industry and came to academics? I will say no, I'm not repenting. Because I was the person from lecturer to principal when I retired. So junior lecturer, lecturer in senior grade, assistant professor, now they say associate professor, that time it was not there. Then professor is the highest academic designation. Then vice principal, I was a vice principal for almost more than 10 years. Then by the virtue of my seniority, I got the charge of principal. And I retired as a, in charge principal. That was the whole journey.
That's amazing, sir. So actually you have shown us a way that why we should be choosing pharmacy. Like we often question ourselves why we should do it. But today you showed us that we should question ourselves why we should not do it. So that's a new way for us to decide something. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So the next question would be, you have specialized in medicinal and analytical chemistry. Why did you incline?
Let me tell you one thing.
Sure.
If you have joined this course, might be you have missed your medicine, but I am confident in future you will be a successful person. I am not trying to just tell you something on your face. I'm trying to analyze and say, in the future you people, you will be certainly successful and you will never repent that you couldn't get the medicine. Because this area is a versatile area. You accept it. When you only think, that's what I have told, in the end I'm going to tell the same thing. You have to assess yourself. If she knows, yeah, I'm fitting here, then put your efforts and get fitted over there. That's exactly what you wanted. This you are liking. There are so many vacuoles. You have to assess where you will be fitting. Alright, so I don't think, at least I never repented that I couldn't get the medicine. Yeah, if I was to get a medicine, might be I would have been a successful practitioner. Possible. I couldn't get it, doesn't matter. There are so many other things. I entered in a paramedical. Now I know how to make the drugs, how to make the drug products, how to evaluate the drugs, how to evaluate the drug products. A physician might be not knowing this. What the difference? So everywhere there is a scope. Fine. So those who are entering or aspiring to enter in pharmacy, and if they are too-minded rather, whether to be or not to be, I would say no, you make your mind and enter where you got ample opportunities. In 40 years, nobody has come and told me, sir, I am not getting the job, I am jobless. I am telling you the fact. Nobody, none of a student from KM Pudanani or SPDM NMIMS or HK or my own postgraduate or PhD student, nobody. I was having, I was in charge of that cell, your placement cell, and whenever I used to call somebody, there is a vacancy, would you like to appear for interview? The fellow will say, sir, I'm already here on job, and I got a good company also, so you can pass it on to some other person. That means it's very, very clear. I mean, there is nothing like you couldn't get the placement. You can fit yourself in sales, you can go in marketing, you can manufacturing, quality assurance, whatnot. Possible. So many areas. Okay? Yeah.
Yes, sir. So you have specialized in medicinal and analytical chemistry. Why did you incline towards it? And what research opportunities are available for students in this field?
Yeah, I did my specialization in pharmaceutical and analytical chemistry. I told you, that time it was, now it is separated. Only 4 departments were recognized by University of Mumbai, Bombay University. Which are the 4? Pharmaceutics. That is called preparative pharmacy. And in the undergraduate syllabus, there was one area, preparative pharmacy. So pharmaceutics, number 2, pharmaceutical chemistry, synthetic chemistry it was. Yeah. Synthetic and analytical chemistry. 3rd, pharmacology, pharmacognosy. Only 4 areas. Then AICT introduced this 5th one, and they separated analytical chemistry and came pharmaceutical analysis now. Pharmaceutical analysis. So these were now 5 areas are there. Actually, if you have gone through the syllabus, or after this, when you are free, just spend your time, look into the syllabus. Analytical chemistry is an offshoot of pharmaceutical chemistry. Why? In pharmaceutical chemistry, what you do? Synthesis of drugs. Fine. Characterization of the, purification of the molecule, and then characterization. So this, I will say synthesis of drugs and drug intermediates. That's what exactly you are doing. I said it is an offshoot. For it, you should have a sound organic chemistry. You may not be extra intelligent in organic chemistry. I said just sound knowledge of organic chemistry required, because all the molecules are of carbons and hydrogens. Alright, that's the thing, you are in final year, no? So if you record one NMR, maybe proton or C30, you know the positions of hydrogens and carbon, that's a subject matter. So, is an offshoot of it was, so it was together, they have separated it. Yeah, there are people now telling me, it's a chemistry, sir, why we should learn, we are in analytical section. No, see, you should also learn, you should also know this. For any analytical purpose, you should know the chemistry. If you know the chemistry of drug, you can design a good method. If you know the structural chemistry, I used to insist, everybody must know the structural chemistry properly. If you know the structural chemistry, you can design a good analytical method. You can go for a good formulation also. So chemistry is required. I am not saying this because I am a chemistry person, but by and large, when you analyze, you will know that if you know the chemistry of drug properly, you can move. It becomes easier. Alright? So she said, I did my B.Pharm, then I gave a very rational thought and I went for M.Pharm in pharmaceutical and analytical chemistry. You synthesize 5 drug intermediates and applying the new method, you go forward. That was the project. So I completed this, I came to Mumbai somewhere in 1980, as I told you, I was feeling, no, I have to complete, I don't know, my inner voice was telling me, no, you are there in the industry, doing well. I was in quality assurance department, but then I must complete my doctorate program. So I started searching and I was successful. Fine, I was successful. As I said, the financial status should be proper. So then I was employed. I said, okay, I'll teach chemistry. I started teaching chemistry. I never knew that I will be successful. Today I will say that, yeah, I was successful. Because otherwise 40 years, students would not have tolerated me. Since they have tolerated me, that means I am successful in the subject. Both synthesis and analysis.
So it's great to know about your journey as well as how the departments went from being 4 to now being 5. And now we'll have the follow-up question.
Okay.
Sir, you have guided more than 50 students till date.
I have not counted. There will be more, 55, 60, I don't know. But still, if you want a correct figure, I'll have to refer and find out. But certainly more than 50.
So what kind of advice would you like to give them, like for M.Pharm and Ph.D. degrees?
I told you, no. Everybody, preference-wise, if you ask today, even you will say pharmaceutics. I don't know. If I ask, many times I ask them, I say, don't get, I'm not getting offended. Many people, they say, sir, chemistry is, no, beyond. It's not my cup of tea. I said, same thing I told you, sit with me for 20 minutes. I will see that you will opt for medicinal chemistry. This is not really difficult. You know that phobia is making you. There is a phobia. I used to tell many of them in the platform when we were discussing in all the meetings, I said, unnecessarily we are creating phobia for the youngsters, and they now started telling me no chemistry, which should not be the case. See, chemistry becomes the basics. Yeah, you how to do the formulations, advanced formulations, a lot of pharmaceutics. But if there is no molecule, what are you going to formulate? Of course, it is vice versa. Only molecule is there, then there is no formulation. basically you require a molecule. That means one should know how to synthesize that molecule. Nowadays, CAD. Yeah. It's again a tool. How to design first. Now, 100 molecules you are showing me, which are designed. My friend, Professor Putino, is an expert in that. Yeah. But when you come to the laboratory, can you synthesize at least one? If you do it, that's your success. But even I did some work in the CAD, but ultimately I used to tell them, fine, here you are showing me 1,000 molecules, but come out in the laboratory, enter the laboratory, and from that 500,000 what you are showing me, at least synthesize 2 or 3 or 5. Yeah, you synthesize them, get a proper yield, then purify them, characterize them, and do the preliminary pharmacological studies. So you are sure what you have done is proper. So she's asking, what is the advice? Even, it all depends on you, but that phobia you should not create. Don't get carried away by it. Somebody has entered, and he is in US and is doing excellent over there, so I must also rush over there. No, your things might be something different. Every individual is different. Liking for every individual is different. So because he has entered in pharmaceutics, so I should also follow him. No, you try something else. There are so many emerging areas. I would rather say you think of something which is a new area. Pharmacovigilance is there. Pharmacoeconomics is there. Clinical area is there. Clinical research. So many areas are there. So my advice to all these researchers, the young researchers or budding researchers who will be entering in the research now, is assess yourself, look into your liking. Don't just follow somebody. Everybody is rushing. I am not against any particular subject, but everybody is rushing for pharmaceutics. Pharmaceutics is also not easy, if you ask me. It's not easy. So that mindset is there, that pharmaceutics is an easy subject and you can do it, whereas pharmacology is not, or pharmaceutical chemistry is not. It's not like that. Yeah, the whole course, B.Pharm, is an integration of these pharmaceutical sciences. It's all sciences. So think properly and then you enter. It should not be that you go up to a particular level and then you realize, no, whatever I had selected was not proper. It happens many a time. It should not. Your decision should be proper. When you take a decision, think many times and take the decision. Of course, that you are liking what you like. All right.
So that will truly help us in understanding, help us what should we do and what we shouldn't. About success, that you said that it doesn't matter how much we do. Even if we do one, it is a success. So I think that's quite a nice motivational thing that we should keep in our mind, so that we don't ever feel demotivated or we do not feel that we are not doing something good.
Let me tell you, you should not get afraid. Never get afraid. You should be bold enough. Yeah, see, those old days have gone. The younger generation is so energetic and they have got good grasping power. So one should be quite bold to say and express yourself. Don't be just introvert. Express yourself. Yeah, if you don't like particular things, say I don't like it. There's nothing wrong. Yeah, I don't like this, but I like this. Accept it. You have to do that. See, have you seen the world is changing? World is becoming more and more competitive. You have to stand in that race. And I used to tell every time that you are a graduate, the other fellow is also a graduate, and third one is also a graduate. All three are graduates. Do you have something in addition? Have you added some value to your graduation? University has given you the degree, fine. You answered the theory properly, you did your practicals properly, you got good marks. Others have also done the same way. But when you completed your graduation, along with graduation, have you thought of something different where you can be differentiated from others? If you do that, anybody will welcome you. For example, I said on B.Pharm, I did my B.Pharm, I got about 60-65%, whatever it is. Along with that, sir, I have got one publication. Oh, this is something. Sir, I have filed one patent. That was a small thing. For that, what do you want, you have to come out with an idea. Underline that. That idea will be converted. At least come out with the idea. All over the world, all these discoveries or inventions, they were all ideas which were further developed. I think you are getting my message.
Yes, sir.
I am not happy with the fellow Praveen is B.Pharm with very high marks. Good, Praveen, congratulations to you. What else? Now you say I was in IPA, I was the GS on the students forum, something. This is your achievement. Among all these 25 colleges affiliated to University of Mumbai or more than that, why only Praveen was selected? Because he has got some additional qualities. Just an example I am quoting. The boy is taking an interview. He has got that compere qualities. Yeah, he dared to do that. Naturally, he should be appreciated. Same is the case with the girl or you people. But my point is graduation, yeah, everybody will be graduated. Sooner or later, I said. If not first attempt, then second attempt. But it should not be, as far as possible, the first attempt. But in addition, the value addition, in addition, what else? Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so the next question would be, how do you keep your knowledge up to date with current pharmacy trends and new drugs, and how important do you think it is to do so? And could you share some tips to the students as well?
Yeah. Just repeat
Yes,
that.
So, how do you keep your knowledge up to date with current pharmacy trends and new drugs,
What
and
is the
how?
number of the question?
6 numbers.
No, I am asking, there are some
Yeah, sure,
tips.
no problem. Yeah.
There are some tips. One thing is clear. Each one of us, I say myself, we have to keep ourselves updated. Alright? Just a practical example. Maybe 5-10 years back or 15 years back, Fiat car was something. If you got a Fiat car, you had some other status. Today, I don't think. If you tell me, sir, I've got one Fiat car, you pay me some 5,000, 10,000 and you can take it, I'll say no. Because in automobile there are so many changes and so many modifications. But updation is required. Technology changes. Complete, there is a 360 degrees changes. Alright? Is very much required as a professional for us. Now there are some tips. Number one, continuous reading. She's asking me how to keep myself updated. Continuous reading. Read often. Develop the habit. I know, you just take out the mobile and do that. There's nothing wrong in that. That's also required. It is a need of the day. I hardly find, there are people, they say, I don't keep mobile. I said, you are not doing something great. It is a need of the day. Like you got handkerchief in your pocket, so another pocket should have the mobile phone. It is required to do. That's it. No, I'm not, I don't feel like moving with the laptop. What do you mean? Laptop is required. Technology is changing. You have to keep yourself update, continuous reading. Whether you go, and second, one more. Be in touch. Rather you change your hobby. Change your hobby? Yeah. Your hobby today should be in touch with internet. Agreed? Without that, nothing is possible. Now somebody tells me, I don't even look at internet. I say, you are not fit to be here. How? Somebody said, sir, I have got all books in my house. I said, so many books of your subjects. The syllabus is saying about 10-15 books. After that, at least 3-4 will be of use to you. How many books? Everything is there in my pen drive. How can it be? I will not accept. Everything cannot be in your pen drive. Then for that, updating yourself, you have to go to internet and see. So say once upon a time your hobby was something. Now you change your hobby. Your hobby should be technology oriented. You want to become a successful person. Will you accept somebody telling you, I can't operate mobile phone? Nobody will accept it. I can understand if you are very old, 75 plus, 80 plus, yeah, I understand. But a young boy, young girl, telling me that I can't operate a mobile phone. No. So first thing is continuous reading. Second thing is make your hobby technology oriented. Be in touch with internet. Do the conversation with your seniors, your peers, your juniors. See here, don't get offended that why should I make a dialogue with my junior? No. I am ready to listen. If you are telling me something about my subject, I am ready to listen to you whatever time you are telling me. I will not feel offended at all. Because I might have missed something, the boy is trying to tell me that. Possible. Do the conversation with your friends, with your well-educated relatives, here, even abroad. Many times I used to do conversation with the scientists in the US. Of course, our timings and their timings were different, but we used to do that whenever we did something with the software programs. So that's possible. You have to do it. Sign up for a training session. There is nothing wrong. Age doesn't matter, whether you are junior or you are senior for a training session. Whether you are a girl or a boy, no. Whoever you may be. Yeah, you have to sign up for a training session because you have to update yourself. Okay. Identifying demand skills. What is required? You want to be updated. What are the skills in demand? Identify them. Try to acquire them. I said, whenever I talk to somebody, I see the qualities this person has got. Yeah, this quality is useful to me. I am trying to pick it up. One has to do it. Never underestimate you. That's one thing. Never underestimate you. You say, whether you are talking to a senior, then I don't know what he will be asking. How can I make a dialogue? Nothing like that. See, at the most what will happen? He might be telling you, no, you are wrong, you have to go in this particular fashion. If it is right, rectify the mistake. That's it. We all are human beings. We are bound to make the mistakes, but we will not repeat them. Fine? Always try, go on trying some new schedule. Same thing repeatedly may not be correct. So try the new schedule. But prior to that, set the goals. This is very important. Set your goals. If you ask me, I will say set big goals. I would like to become something like Amitabh Bachchan. Yeah, you can dream. There is nothing wrong. At least try to go near to that your goal, which is a big goal. That will try to, compel you to go here and there and get maximum, so you are updating yourself. Okay? Change your mindset. That's the last but not the least. Always change your mindset. What does it mean? Be very positive. The minute I tell you something, that is reflected. No, sir, this is not possible. What? Anything is possible. Think on that once, twice, thrice. I used to tell them, when I was on the chair, I used to tell them, we will give responsibilities to these youngsters. There is a students' council, there is a program, maybe your annual function or some seminar or something else, some inaugurations, something like that. I said, faculty will be supervising, but the main responsibilities will be with these youngsters. Give them free hand, tell them this is the budget, and tell them you have to do it. How you do it? You manage. I am 100% sure they will do it in the best possible way. And that is coming true. That's coming true. A faculty said, sir, This is, they are all youngsters, they don't know how to spend. Don't tell me. If they don't know, they will learn how to spend. They will know the budgeting. Responsibility should be, they are the people who are budding, who are coming up, and they are our future. Let me tell you, that was my personal view, that I will never underestimate anybody who is an youngster. I will be the first person to support him or her, because they are the future of the country. We say, sir, there is one boy or a girl, whether you want it or I'll give it to them. I'll say you give it to them. Because I have seen the whole world, I have seen the entire life. Now youngsters should be given the opportunity. So you have to change your mindset. In case you have got that negativity in your mind, you change it and make it very strong, positive attitude. I hope you all agree with me.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so these are about 5-6 tips which I was just giving a thought. To update yourself, yeah, you require reading, continuous reading. You require internet. Rather, your hobby should be all the time with the internet, most of the time. Conversation, you talk to the people. See, many things come out when you talk to the people. And don't say he was 1-2 year junior to me, 1 year junior to me. Why should I go and talk to him? Nothing like that. Yeah. Try new schedules, as I said. And last, it says your goal should be good, quite big. You achieve them. When I was in HK, 2 girls came to me and they said, sir, this is one perfume bottle, okay, one small bottle. This is a gift for you. And this, I said, why? This we have prepared it. And we have sold almost 1,000 bottles in the market. Alright, so I just took out, it was, I said it's quite competitive, any perfume in the market. 1,000 bottles they have sold. Then I said, wait. So I called a faculty in charge, told her, I think this is what they are telling me, this bottle you can circulate to all the faculty and it should go on the college notice board, and not only that, on annual day both the girls should be felicitated as entrepreneurs. We did it. I'll just give you one example. What I mean to say is young minds, youngsters, they have got, what you call urja. Yeah, that energy is there. That should be utilized. The nation is looking at you with a very high hopes. Yeah, you might be feeling that I'm joking. No. A very small thing you did, but it is something different, it will be counted. I told you, come out with an idea, but that idea should be a novel idea. With a common interest, that idea should work. Okay? We proceed further.
Thank you so much for your tips. I'm sure we'll inculcate them in our daily life.
Okay, thank you so much.
So moving on to the next question. How can students make the transition of going from an undergrad learning environment to the industry or higher studies?
In fact, we had arranged one seminar from college to corporate. Unfortunately, the person is no more. I think he expired during this COVID-19. He was one Mr. Milind Mangle, who was corporate trainer and our alumnus of KM Kundana. So many alumni, they are in touch with me and I have kept touch with them. Unfortunately for the person is no more, but we arranged through him college to corporate. The same thing what you are asking me. From undergraduate your transition to the postgraduate and then further to industry, or from after completing your degree to the industry. Number one, let me tell you, always ask for the help. There is nothing wrong. I got stuck up in the traffic, then I was asking my driver what to do, because how to reach 11:30. So at least I have to start at 11:30. So I expect at least 11:15 I must touch. That's my regular way. Wherever I give the time, so many places. If they give me 10 o'clock, 9:45 I must be there. I don't want the people just waiting for me and I entered something like after 15-20 minutes. No. I value for the time. But in Mumbai now things are becoming uncertain. Once you are on the highway, your vehicle in that huge crowd, you are helpless. So there is nothing wrong if you ask for the help. Whoever, my doctor friend, one practitioner, he always tells me, I care for every patient. I listen to them. You don't know when they will be of use to me. So don't say you are just a patient, no, or not, just no. Listen to what he says. Maybe anybody's contact may be of use to me. So that is always. So ask for the help if required. Don't say, why should I go? They say ego, that is always, everybody has got that ego. But I think for some time you have to keep the ego a little away, and in case required, you have to go for the help. That's the first thing. Don't be afraid, I said. Afraid of failing. Failing in the by and large, what is that? If I do this and if I am not successful, then so I am putting one positive thought and I am countering it with the negative. Got my point? I said chemistry is easy. Sir was saying this, but chemistry is difficult. No, I can't remember the structure. So many structures are there. Normally chemistry is difficult because there are so many structures and so many steps of the reactions. But if you analyze each structure, it will take time. Simple structure of aspirin, acetyl salicylic acid. Now if you take in this fashion, acetyl salicylic acid, write salicylic acid? Yeah, I can't write. Can you write benzoic acid? Can you write benzene? Yeah. Then can you add one carboxylic acid to that? Yes. Then if you add one OH, salicylic acid. Okay? Acetyl salicylic acid. From salicylic acid, if you do acetylation, OCOCH3 will be getting attached. Now if you go in this fashion, I don't think that chemistry is really difficult. It will take time initially. Okay? So, don't be afraid of that. I will be failing. What will happen? You make one more attempt, that's it. See, first time you couldn't get success because you understand, no, I have gone wrong over here. Now work on that. And then go for second attempt, you are successful. Yeah. So, first is the ask for help. Second is don't be afraid to fail. Third will be explore new subjects so you can learn. Explore new subjects. I said there are so many emerging areas. Sir, I don't want to be in pharmaceutics. I don't want to be in pharmaceutical chemistry, neither in pharmacology, nor in pharmacognosy. Okay? Can you do little search and just find out something I can see here, pharmacoeconomics. Economics of pharmaceuticals. At one time, ciprofloxacin was sold for 15-16 rupees per tablet. Today it is not. So the economics of pharmaceuticals have really many of these people, the higher position people, industry, whenever I do the dialogue, they tell me, give me one boy or a girl who has got some certificate or diploma in pharmacoeconomics, and they will get a dream package. You understand? So think of something different then. Go for, with your degree, I am not comfortable here, so much saturated, number of people are there, there is a big queue, then always go for something different. Okay? So that is the fourth. And then, this is very important, I would say. Learn to take time for yourself. Distress yourself. None of us we are doing. I'm telling you, I'm also not doing it. I don't know how the day moves. I used to tell my wife, wait, after the retirement, we'll move here and there. Okay, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do. Now she's remembering and she's asking me, you said this, no? Yeah. But then in Mumbai, the life is so hectic. Same is the case with all of you. You are doing your final year studies. You have to do the IP activities. There are so many people who are in the core committee members. They are bombarded with so many things. I say learn to take time for yourself. At least at the end of the week, or that your cafe coffee day, have a cup of coffee, relax. If you are doing yoga, fine. On Sunday morning, something should be there. You can't just go on. It's not like machine. Even machine, computer will get hanged if you continuously use it. Machine also can go out of order. So 4 things, and this is the 5th one, which is I feel very important. I said, ask for the help. Don't be afraid to fail. Explore new subjects so that you can learn. And learn to take time for yourself, at least 2 hours, at least 3 hours in a week. Because things are routine for you. I would say do whatever you like. Yeah, don't even bother. Do whatever you like. Say, don't disturb me, I would like to just sit for half an hour, 1 hour. Yeah, you can do that. I have to do some dreaming. Fine, you do it. I'll sit with a cup of coffee and every 5 minutes, one sip, and I'll just relax. Fine. Because ultimately we are all human beings. These are some of the needs which are required. Okay, we'll go further.
Yes, so that was very insightful. Thank you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. So the next question would be, will COVID-19 become an endemic eventually? If yes, do you think is it possible by shifting the focus of public health efforts from managing case counts to managing severe illnesses and deaths instead?
Yeah. Whether COVID-19 will be an endemic. Little tricky. We thought about that. Rather, I would say little early we comment on this. Because There is a pandemic all over the world. You know what happened in the United States. You know what happened in European countries. And we also know what is happening in our country. Forget about the rest of the world. Our country. Yeah, I agree with that. That focus should be on health. See, all these times we were really not very much for the. We were having that health insurance and all, but not very seriously. We were not taking it. None of us. We are not washing the hands every time. Now we are doing it. Yeah, we never used any soap or I don't think. How many of us were taking bath twice? Once in the morning and once when we return. I used to tell them, when you come out of the laboratory, especially chemistry lab or any other laboratory, why chemistry? Wash your hands properly with the soap. You are hungry, your friend is giving you, just have a bite, but just wait. First, you wash your hand properly, you wipe it with the napkin. Handkerchief, I have been telling this for years, for all Kundanani students. Handkerchief is different from napkin. Handkerchief has got sentiments. Napkin is for wiping the hands properly. So don't mix up. In the laboratory, when we were giving the list, when I was asking them, do you have the napkin? Yes, sir. The girl took out the napkin, handkerchief and showed me. The boy also said, sir, how about in pocket? Handkerchief. I said, no, I'm using the term napkin. That handkerchief is something different. Alright? So, washing the hands, wiping properly, none of us we did seriously because we were not used to that, to be very frank. Now, slowly, steadily, we are trying to acquire these habits. So the point is, public health we never took it seriously. It's a time. I see, in other countries, especially in US, they have got their own budget for the public health. Now our government is also coming with the same idea. So naturally the focus should be on the public health. There is no point in, see, this is something funny I feel. I don't know, you all youngsters will agree with me, that BMC or government is giving the figure that death percentage is not 100%, but it is just 50%, or it is just 40%, or 10%. I am not happy with this. These are foolish statements they are giving. Because you say 10% death cases. 10% for every life there is a value. Life is invaluable. And you are telling me 10% is not. See, other countries there are 25%, ours is only 10%. What is this? Can you compare like this? No. So that means you are certainly you are not serious about the public health. Individually we have to, of course, do that, but by and large the government also should focus on the public health. Today it is COVID-19. Tomorrow it can be any other thing. So certainly, as she said, whether it is endemic or endemic, maybe something like a particular area or some particular type of the people, we don't know. Really it is early, I would say, to comment on this. But yes, the second point, fine. One has to focus on the betterment, yeah, rather than giving the figure. Now it's only 5%. Yeah. At least I don't like this. Only 5%. 5% they are again the human beings. You should say that it is 0 now. Okay.
Thank you for your realistic
Yeah.
opinions.
So, on an individual level, how did the role of hospital pharmacist and community pharmacist aid the COVID-19 pandemic?
This I have taken straight away from some book. Okay. because in the society as such, first is the God and then is the doctor. Agreed? That's what everyone. First is always the Lord and the second one is doctor. They said we are pharmacists, we are not recognized in the community. Many times in this open forum they are discussing. I said, I'm just asking you my humble request. Why should they recognize us? What are we doing for them? See, you should be recognized provided you have done something. You have proved yourself. Then only the people will recognize you. I say, give me respect, give me respect. Why? You have to command, you should not demand. Same is the case. Say, recognize me, I have done my pharmacy. What they will understand? If I am wrong, you correct me. So there is no point in saying that. Rather, because we are talking about COVID-19, which has really made us to realize so many things which are not in a proper order. As a pharmacist, as a professional, there's again, I don't know how to put it, but the medical fraternity, they don't like, at least in our country, that pharmacists should get the recognition. In abroad, you can lift the receiver and say hello to the doctor. He will listen to you and he will say, Dr. Passimol is not there, brand with me, but I have got Calpol. And he said, yes, go ahead. You can't do this here. So there's a mindset, our Indian mindset. So they think that we might be in competition with them, whatever the reason may be. But as I told you, the role of a hospital and community pharmacist in COVID-19, number one, devising specific medication plans that are individualized for patients. I repeat, devising specific medication plans that are individualized for patients. That's the first thing. Number two, assisting physicians and other health professionals to make drug-based decisions. I would say we are the correct people to make drug-based definitions. The physicians will have to take us in confidence. Whether they will do it or they will not do it, there's a big question mark. That's why I said the scenario in our country is something different from scenario abroad. Third, compounding medications for use in the hospitals. One can do that. And helping patients to understand their medications and how to take them. So many things we can do. We can assist the medical fraternity. Why only in COVID-19? There is a diabetes educator. Yeah, there's a certificate course, diabetes educator. The fellow will write the prescription and give it to the diabetes patient. But the further things, we can read it properly, we can make him to understand, and we can do everything as and when, anytime. You can't repeatedly go to doctor, he may not entertain also. But we can help them. Because they are not even literate, they are illiterate, let us say. They don't understand. We have to tell them properly how to take the dose, what should be your diet and so on. Yeah. So I think the role of the hospital pharmacist and community pharmacist, if we do properly, then only they will recognize us. That's what I said. You play your role, you prove yourself, you will get the recognition. Fine? Anything else?
Yes. Yes, sir. So final concluding question would be, can you give a few words of advice for the students aspiring to be in the pharmacy field?
Yeah. Pharmacy is nothing but pharmaceutical sciences. You have seen? Now because you are in the say final year, so you know the entire syllabus, number of subjects you have learned. Yeah. These are pharmaceutical sciences. They require the basic knowledge when you enter. We said you require a basic knowledge of physics, chemistry, biology, and to some extent mathematics. If you are good in this, you can come to the Excel discourse. But you may not be, you don't require very huge knowledge of this. I said little sound knowledge of physics, chemistry, biology, and to some extent mathematics. That's the first thing. This is a program, what we call the B.Pharm program, very versatile type. You get your B.Pharm degree, there are so many areas. You have got manufacturing, you have got quality control, you have got now quality assurance, you have got marketing, you have got sales and whatnot. So placement becomes rather or comparatively easier. It's not very difficult. Yeah. My advice to the people who are aspiring to enter the pharmacy profession or to anybody, you do your SWOT analysis. Each one of you should go for this SWOT analysis. SWOT indicates for SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Do it. Once you do it, you know where you stand. Fine? And choose your career. Don't get influenced. As I said, somebody has entered, so I should also do. No. You do your analysis and then you choose where you will be or where exactly you should go. Proper knowledge, proper skills and proper mindset. What did I say? Proper knowledge, proper skills and proper mindset should help you whether you want to enter the course or not. Last but not the least, if you enter the course, don't only think of becoming a graduate. I repeat, don't only think of becoming a graduate. You say, I will be a graduate, B Pharmacy of University of Mumbai, and I am a student of Bombay College of Pharmacy or whichever it is. Then, don't only think of becoming a graduate, but always think of becoming an employable graduate. That word employable is very important. That's why I said your graduation plus something else that will help you to make yourself an employable graduate. That's the message I wanted to. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
Thank
sir,
you,
for
sir.
your valuable advice.
Yeah.
We would now like to invite Ms. Mrunmay Lal. She is the Editor-in-Chief for the IPMSPSL for the year 2021-2022 to give the word of thanks.
Okay.
So, thank you so much Dr. Velingkar for giving us this wonderful opportunity. It was really pleasure talking to you and it gave us many insights about pharmaceutical field. I'm sure this interview will help many students to understand this field in depth, and not only just about the field but your inspiring thoughts will help us a lot. We will also be felicitating you on the 25th of September 2021 on the occasion of World Pharmacists Day. for your immense contribution to the pharmaceutical field. We are very grateful to have you with us today and making this session a success. Thank you again and have a great day ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
All the youngsters, I mean, who are giving me the time rather. Your time is valuable, I know. And you said there are some exams also. So thank you so much. I must mention here, I'm thankful to the IPA, MSB, your students forum, no doubt. I said I'm getting felicitated by the students forum. And that is very important for me. Yeah. Prior to this, I got INMA awards twice. I got one for the best review article and all. But this I feel is really a very good moment of my life, that my own students are trying to felicitate me. That's one thing. I'm thankful to, of course, all these IPA people, your president, your vice president, your secretary and all those. Especially Dr. Anand Shetty, whom as I said, whom I know for last number of years. On 25th, as you said, of course, I will be there, and anytime you require my help, I am open, and you can approach me anytime. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir.